Yeah, it's kind of annoying to be an offlaner in NA right now, to be honest. It's just like trolls and monkeys and Ursas, and like the 5 shouldn't even matter because those heroes are so cancer to deal with. But then like the 5 is a goddamn enchantress, and there's just no hope. This is why like Enigma is so strong in our region as like an offlaner, because it's like, all right, I'm just not gonna lane. I'm just gonna pull the lane back to my tower. But it looks like it probably will be a 5 Enigma. They're gonna just run this one back again. It seemed fairly strong. You've got double stun. You've got all these summons that need to be cleared. You're gonna passively play the lane for this Wraith King to just like get free farm. Okay, Witch Doctor. Well, that definitely makes it so that the 3 potential of the Enigma it goes down. You don't really want to run this as a 3 so much in the lane against Witch Doctor because he just farms the Eidolons and he's gonna have like 1,000 extra net worth at 10 minutes because of those, because the cast just obliterates them.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I was curious why they were leaning towards the Witch Doctor and not Dubu's other prize support in something like the Undying, but you definitely make a great case for it there. Plus, doesn't hurt to have the extra dump in team fight, some heal, and yeah, the stun, as you mentioned, because reliable stuns don't seem to be coming in here quite a bit from Undying's lineup. So more the merrier.
Yeah, so Undying looking for their... I mean, Monkey King could be the mid or the carry, right? So they have a little bit of flexibility there. And then Quincy Crew, we have yet to see them actually flex the Void Spirit, but that is still that would be a really cool twist in the final game to make it to the major, to finally flex a spirit, but not expecting it.
I feel like Death Prophet is the most probable pick right now. It's just good against everything on Undying. Witch Doctor does nothing to it in lane. Oh, Death Prophet's banned. First phase. Okay, never mind. Just kidding. Would be a very good pick. Nature's Prophet, but it's not so good against the Witch Doctor in terms of like the cask counters the treants, but you still will do fine in the lane, and then Witch Doctor feeds a Nature's Prophet eventually.
Grimstroke.
Well, they step off for the old trusty 5 instead, getting up the Grimstroke there.
Really good against Pango. Got the double Wraithfire Blast, double Malefice, and Inkswell. They don't really... I mean, I guess the Void Spirit Inkswell combo for mid-game is really good.
Well, wait a minute now. Who's the 4 position here?
So this looks like it is an offlane Enigma here.
Yeah.
You know, the thing with the Witch Doctor is like, okay, you run this Enigma against Witch Doctor, you're not gonna dumpster the lane because you can't really use Eidolons, but you're still gonna farm. You just pull the Eidolons away from the creep wave. But the Witch Doctor makes it so that the Enigma is not gonna like dumpster with this Necrobook like he would usually do, unless you really snowball with a strong 4.
Yeah, them saving Mojo's pick for the end is always a bit peculiar to me. That's something we usually see. But yeah, now you have potential. You have Inkswell combo there if they want to get, I don't know, roll in Earth Spirit or some sort of 4 who can jump in and make fights happen.
Yeah, I like
picking a carry into this lineup looks really hard because you have to worry about, like, even if you get somebody super tanky, you can't get Wraith King, right? So you can't have those double lives for like this black hole initiation. And like we only saw this once or twice. I think it was A team with the Grimstroke Ags. Like, you don't want a hero that makes that incredibly good because then they're going to prioritize farm on him to be able to counter you. Of course, this still could be the Monkey King 1. We're just looking for a mid.
Yeah, Monkey King Witch Doctor seems pretty solid against the Enigma. So like you just kill the summons with the 2 Q abilities on both of these heroes. So yeah, I mean, then again, Void Spirit gets so owned by this Monkey King in lane. I know I said it last time and Morphling came out and then he owned anyway, but it's always so nice to run this Monkey versus Void, because then you know you don't have to beat CC and C in lane, because your hero just wins it for you.
There's like no time left here for Quincy to get the Mojo hero. Earth Spirit had been banned out. They're going to go for Tusk. Kind of potentially the next best thing in line to roll in on the 4 position. You get tag team for the bonus damage, but it's a Mojo hero through and through.
Earth Spirit was a really good ban. That would be something where like the Witch Doctor walks up to Cask and he just feeds to the Enigma and the Tusk. But you know, like the Enigma and the Earth Spirit, because he gets kicked back and silenced. But the Tusk is a close second for sure. Punishes the Witch Doctor in lane.
All right, now we got to find out mid lane or potentially the 1, depending on how much Undying want to flip things up here.
Enigma Tusk, like what could you get to really punish these 2 heroes in lane? In the carry position. Troll is banned.
Weaver was another consideration, but I feel like there's a lot of silence on that team. Maybe you survive, but I would be fearful for when ultimates and skills and mid-game approaches.
Quincy always does a really good job of like covering a lot of bases. Like I was thinking PL too, but PL doesn't seem all that good because there's like the Midnight Pulse and a decent amount of AoE damage. Like they always make it so that it's hard to get like a perfect pick.
Man,
Well,
yeah, this is a
only
tough
5
one.
seconds.
I know.
Ursa's not so good.
Digging for crazy stuff? Oh,
I like it.
Now select
Okay.
your heroes.
I mean, it's a bit high tempo. It's a bit summon, but it is. This is it. This is the last pick of Undying. This Lycan needs to take them into tiebreakers, gentlemen, or they are not going to the major. That's the
Ryle
truth.
mid Lycan.
Is that the anime story we're going to finish out with? Undying? Ryle? Anime? Mid? Lycan? Sunspan?
Who's on first? Oh, it's me again? Okay,
Yep.
good. I'm going to go Quincy because they have a very aggressive lineup. What's that
Uh-oh.
face, Jenkins?
I'm getting the
What's
impression
problem,
you
buddy?
both like Quincy here.
I like their lineup quite a bit. They got good team fight. They got good initiation. Undying, it's like more kind of split pushy, if anything.
Okay,
Dodging
Jenkins.
fights. Jenkins, go ahead.
I think Bryle needs to pop off for this team to look really good. You know what? Fuck it. I'll go Undying. Bryle's on a carry hero. PPD said it. We'll say I don't know. I don't know about his Lycan. Fuck it. Undying. Let's go.
All right, our panel reluctantly split, it sounds like here, but nonetheless should be an incredibly hype match. Will Quincy secure a playoff spot, or will Undying take us to a three-way dance of tiebreakers? We go to a quick break, but when we return, we got Lyrical and special guest PPD to bring you the action.
Hello, everybody. Welcome on back. We're here. Game number 3, PPD. I'm so excited for this game. I was building up all this momentum, all this energy. I was like, we're going to see it. It's going to be great. And then you popped into voice chat and in between. You told me something that you're thinking about this game, where it's going to go. Can you break my heart?
No, that was a joke. That was a joke. I
Okay.
said it was going to be a 12-minute stop, but I obviously don't think that's what's going to be the case. We have two really, I would say, evenly skilled teams, and I'm excited to see how this last pick Lycan works out. We also have Laylis playing the offlane Grimstroke, which this hero was was actually pretty popular for a while when Topson was picking it mid and going E-Blade, and then it kind of became a popular NA mid for a bit, and then it eventually just got demoted to the offlane as like a core Grimstroke. So it's a really aggressive offlane, especially with Tusk. But Monkey King Witch Doctor, that's no slouch of a lane either. So top lane should be action packed. So let's not forget to watch it.
Absolutely. We'll keep our eyes on that one. And to be honest, with the couple of games we've seen of Saberlight playing Pango over and over again, I feel like we know what we're going to get there. Is a bit of a battle for the rune over to the side.
Do you think he's going to get trashed in lane again?
I mean, I didn't say it. I don't know. I didn't say
It's been
but
Moon Meander Pango, Moon Meander Mirana and Pango all 3 games. Difference is though, no MSS Rubik this game. Tusk, a really, I would say, high execution hero. Not that MSS, very high execution player, but harder to play than Rubik. We'll see how it goes.
You're saying that this Grimstroke that's been played a couple of times in the offlane, I haven't actually got to see that almost at all. So what is it that you're looking to do on this hero sort of early on? Is it basically the same stuff that you see out of a kind of support Grimstroke, as far as like keeping the pressure on, securing CS with the Stroke of Fate, that type of thing?
Yeah, pretty much. You just do a lot of damage with Stroke of Fate, and then you can fight with your melee Tusk with the Inkswell at level 2 or 3. It's pretty hard for anybody to trade against you. But Monkey King Witch Doctor might be able to. They actually went heal at 1, which is super uncommon. But it is nice sometimes when you're playing in a lane that doesn't necessarily have good wave clear, and the other team does. Right, like they can just spam nuclear wave into your tower, and then they're going to pull the hard camp. But with the heal, you kind of get the wave pushing in your favor, which is nice.
Yeah, makes sense there. And you can see that actually they're going to do that pull that we saw. Didn't let all of the creeps get caught here. So Leslau able to deny out several, the range creep as well as the melee one, and they're still keeping this wave back behind the tower, so they can go for a second round of this if they want. This is pretty nice by Quincy.
Yeah, they both kind of did the same thing to some extent. Monkey King pulled his lane back and denied some creeps as well. So just standard, standard shenanigans, I guess, if you can call it that.
Okay. I'm down with that idea. We haven't talked about it yet, though. We've been looking over there a little bit. Bryle playing on the Lycan this time against Quinn. Does this sort of fit the bill for what you wanted out of this Bryle hero?
I think it does, and I think it's really hard to replace Morphling just because that hero has such a presence on the mid lane, but Lycan is a decent attempt at it, and he actually does play this hero quite a bit. I think this is like Bryle's go-to pub hero when he like doesn't want to use his brain. He just wants to like, you know, play Lycan and cast ult and run at heroes, so it's a pretty good Lycan game. And if they can play something really high tempo, the rest of their lineup doesn't really have very significant cooldowns, so they can just play around this Lycan ult every time it's up, and I could see it working.
Okay. Now, PB, I just have to get this out there. You know, you want a TI, you got a big brain. When you say, you know, Lycan is like Morphling, you get away with it, but you got to explain it to the rest of us, because I think there's some people out there that might not fully get what you're talking about. What is this? What's his goal like in this early game here?
Oftentimes, like the concept of the mid lane when you play against a hero that I would consider a ganker is one way you can keep the ganker from ganking is by just pushing his mid tower, and that's going to force him to want to defend his tower. So Morphling is very much that. Like your Morphling's not going to go to the side lane and gank, and I don't think Lycan's going to the side lane until at least Necrobook and level 6, so where he ganks. And then if Void Spirit does leave the lane, then Lycan can just hit the mid tower, which is really good for him and his team. So.
Okay.
We saw last game he played the Wind Ranger. He tried to do that rotation top, but then he just got matched by the Void Spirit, and then he died, and then he ported back mid and died again there, and then he never really recovered. So I think he's just a little bit more focused on his game rather than his side lanes game, and I think that's a winning recipe for Undying.
I like it. Well,
First bottom.
And maybe a second blood up top as Dubu getting dropped down. So Undying able to find one, and Quincy Crew the other, and then taking down MSS Tomato, making it work.
Yeah, actually favorable trade, right? Love to get your carry those extra kills. That's just bonus farm. So nice trade for him there. That's a kill that Wraith King doesn't have, you know?
Definitely. And, you know, you are going to need to be that one that sort of carries them over the edge there in the later stages of this one. And we'll see if he, you know, obviously goes for the normal type of build that we've been seeing more often than not of the Radiance, and then trying to fight with this team potentially. That Blink Dagger that we saw early from him felt like it was really huge in the last game that allowed him to get involved in the fight earlier than I feel like we might have seen some other Wraith Kings go for it.
That being said, it's not as good of a Wraith King game, I would say, mostly because they have the action bottom. They're going to try and kill the Saberlight here.
Yeah, he went in actually. Body blocks from Moon, trying to keep his buddy alive. And that's going to do it, in fact. But they did kill a whole wave of Eidolons, which is pretty nice as well for Undying.
And they're going to get the bounty runs, it seems.
Ooh. Very, very nice. Quincy Crew getting at least 2 of them. Yeah, and it looks like LOA is going to be able to get there for the third, and then MSS picking up the 4th. So nice little pickup there for Quincy.
Still good CS, going the way of Undying though, so not the end of the world for them, and they do have the 2 kills as well, so it makes up for it a bit. I was going to say it's not necessarily the best Wraith King game. I think Monkey King is one of the best heroes against Wraith King, so if they have, you know, if they're on similar footing in regards to net worth, I could see, you know, the late game going the way of Undying this time. And that's because when Wraith King dies once, like it's really easy for the Monkey King to just set up an ultimate, and if Monkey King has Ags, he's gonna have all of those extra monkeys standing on top of the Wraith King when he respawns, and it's just really hard for Wraith King to fight on his second life.
Yeah, that makes sense, definitely. As Moon is forced to jump away there, he's gonna hang out for a moment. They get some good pressure in there. Moon tried to snipe the catapult with the arrow. I think he got it the second time though, as Dubu actually gonna get gone on here. Is able to dodge away from that cast. Do get the Maledict out, but now gonna pop Shapeshift MSS immediately TPing out of there.
The like and counter.
Heads up play.
Yeah, scroll of teleportation. OP.
Ooh, up top, or rather bottom, they managed to find the other kill onto Saberlight. Quincy Crew getting connections and dodging a couple of kills that were coming their way as well.
Yeah, it's nice. This Enigma 5, it really plays around. The second time he went 2 points Malphus, right? And he just kind of fights with it in lane, and then he just uses the demonic conversion to get that XP advantage in lane. So he just kind of denies Archer, or in this case, the catapult, and then doesn't really fight with the Eidolons, just, you know, plays around his stun. So seems pretty good.
I like it. Let's see here, trying to get a stack off, but those Eidolons immediately popping again. Yeah, if there's one thing, LOA's been feeding a couple of those away this series, it feels like.
Yeah, that's all right. It's OP hero, so he's allowed to play a little less optimal.
Ah, gotcha. No. Ooh, MSS finds a ward up on the high ground. Can't quite get it taken down all the way, though. Looks like he either lost some vision or something there, but MSS knows that the ward is there. We'll see if they come back for it later, or it ends up getting denied away.
He might just sit around.
Ooh. Ryle mid.
Ubu keeps trying to react to this play here, but... Okay. He doesn't really do anything to Void Spirit. That's the thing. So I think it's better that they ignore this mid lane and play on the side lanes, right? Like if Witch Doctor is bottom, maybe they can do something with like a Lycan rotation. But Witch Doctor kind of like hanging around mid is only going to be good if the Lycan leaves the lane. So
Okay.
not really doing a lot right now.
Yeah, he's just sort of chilling there. Does get the Maledict off. Forces the jump away from Quinn.
That's the thing though, it just doesn't do anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like he could be doing something else at this time. Even just like stacking camps if that's the route he wants to go. But they're both just kind of idling mid and not really achieving a lot while all three of Radiant's lanes are farming. Plus jungle.
True. Yeah. And you know, I feel like as much as you know, the pick is actually down bottom, trying to go again on Saberlight. They do break down the trees, but able to get the roll off in time. Now thinking about going back in, maybe they do a little dodge away. Still a lot of damage onto the Wraith King. Thinking about popping that ulti. Instead, they turn onto LOA. He ends up dropping, and the jump in coming from Tomato.
And they kill the Wraith King twice, so there's a Void Spirit port. He has an Arcane Rune.
This could be deadly. They go in with the Tusk, and now trying to dodge away. Snowball is going to end up connecting onto Tomato. Tries to turn on MSS, ends up getting the Jingua. Now trying to back away. He has Boundless Strike again in two. If Tomato can get out of there, Quincy, they won't find it, and in fact, need to be careful about going onto Yawar yet again. Leslau moving in. They jump forward with Saberlight, but they won't go for it. Instead, Quinn going to turn on to Saberlight. Arrow comes out in time. They won't find anything here. They all get out.
Look at this fight. What a mess, but really making the best of a bad situation there. There was actually a Lycan ult that got forced by Quinn on the mid lane before that, but good heads up move from Undying to make the adjustment. The Monkey King, the carry, ports bottom and gets involved, almost dies, which would have been a disaster, but ends up surviving, which is huge. And then Witch Doctor takes the top lane, since it's kind of like the free lane.
Oh wait, that's a black hole. Not gonna drop it for Moon though, it looks like.
Oh, Layla's is in trouble though, maybe. It's just dead. And this is, you know, slippery slope with the Grimstroke here, because, you know, this hero, you know, picked for its laning. Once you, if you start rotating around and you kind of die a couple times, you know, he's becoming a support, and I don't think that's what you want from your cores, really, ever.
Yeah, that's scary. I mean, and of course they do have, like, you know, the big bad in the end of LOA with an Enigma, and, you know, maybe they can get involved here. It feels like they need to get something done, so they're going to rotate bottom with this smoke up. Him and Quinn playing together.
Yeah, double damage rune on the Void Spirit here.
Oh, level 8. Leslau immediately jump. That's so good right there by Tomato to make sure that he's able to scout out if anybody was TPing in, and then gets out regardless. Really nicely played.
And it's kind of similar to what we saw in the first game, where the Monkey King is the one. Oh, action top. Yawar, no ultimate.
Oh, he's dead. They just blow him up. Oh man, the combo there. Dubu 3 points up in Maledict. MSS wants to get a little bit of retribution, but the damage hasn't been done. And in fact, MSS might be in trouble himself. Snowball to try and stay alive that much longer. They do kill Dubu, but man, those Necro Books hurt. They blow up Moon Meander. 2 kills for Quinn. How does he still get something out of that even when his carry's dying?
Oh, they got baited by the Witch Doctor, so they're trying to save him. He's having a real bad game. No boots at 12 minutes, I think. I know they're on the courier, so he'll be all right. But yeah, no Lycan ult. Really hard for them to defend this mid tower.
Still hanging on to that black hole. as they've just been able to move sort of aggressively with Enigma from time to time, and
Still,
so it goes.
I'll say it's still really worth it though, because if you look at the difference between Wraith King and Monkey King at the moment, it's like Monkey King is almost level 10, Wraith King is just about at level 8, and the net worth is not terribly different, but certainly significant. Monkey King's going to get his farming item way before Wraith King gets his, so. And like I mentioned, I think the matchup is Monkey King favored, so it's a good scaling late game. The thing I think they really need to be worried about is this Quinn Void Spirit, as always. This hero, Yules plus Ags, he's kind of a force.
Right.
He's very good against dire heroes as well, I think. He's got decent like AoE clear for the Lycan summons, especially if he maybe gets like a Deso at some point. Then he's very good against all the other heroes.
Down bottom, you are getting chased. Dodge this.
Dodge.
That was well played. That was like a type of weird old school game there. They chase down Dubu. Shards connect. Able to bring him down. Witch Doctor ultimate
nice.
coming out afterwards, but they do blow up Dubu. Now, Guar coming back in just a moment. The catch onto Saberlight. He's dropping down. Quinn able to get the kill, but he's out of mana. Oh man, they're moving in to try and save his life. Snowball save, couldn't get there in time. They lose Quinn.
Big kill. For all the reasons I just talked about, like you really just want to keep this guy in check a little bit.
Right. He
That
can
was
take over a game.
Yeah, if he lives in this fight, he has his Yules, and now he's waiting. And Monkey King finishes Maelstrom, so he's gonna start scaling up his farm a little bit. He's also way stronger in these fights, and Lycan as he's getting these drums that have been really popular.
Got it.
With that Necro 3, it's definitely a ton of damage that can come out super quickly. But heads up play there by Undying to sort of recognize what's the key here. Take down Quinn, make sure you get that kill when he comes in to get the follow-up play, and they did it well. I'm thinking about like sort of the state of this game, and you talk about that farming item that Monkey King wants to get. Is there any timing where they need to sort of be worried of items that are coming out from Quincy crew, or do you think that the game is kind of just playing itself at this point for Undying?
Very similar to the previous game where it's Wraith King and his Radiance, right? Like you can try and make a couple of ganks onto the carry, which they have tried, but unfortunately they've just been unsuccessful in taking down this Monkey King like 1 or 2 times. Whereas the Wraith King, these ganks have sort of connected to some degree, right? Like they forced Wraith King out twice, they've killed him once.
Right.
He's at least sort of feeling the pressure, right? Whereas Monkey King is, just getting further and further ahead now because of the freedom he has on the map to farm. And here they go. They're going to try and gank the Wraith King again. They know he doesn't have the ultimate as they force it on the mid tower.
Yeah, but instead he's already out of there, and MSS is going to be the one that's left behind. Does have Snowball in just a moment if he wants to pop it. Which is going to delay the inevitable for at least a little bit here, but he is always going to be the one that dies. But Wraith King able to get out and farm on the other side of the map. Undying, though, taking bounties.
Yeah, nice recognizing they have an advantage there. Wraith King, no ultimate, really no items, right? He's got 3.8k gold, so this this 2k advantage is almost a 6k advantage, right? He's got no gold.
Win in the meantime. Gets the taunt off, jumps through. What a play. Taking down Dubu, and Moon now trying to set up. Oh, they get the Grimstroke ulti out. Leslau gets evaporated, but Yule Scepter lift up there onto 2. Now MSS, as well as Eloy moving in, but they're able to interrupt. No Black Hole able to be dropped down. What a play from Tomato there. And the rest of them. Nicely done. Saberlight ripping through them as well.
Wraith King's dying.
Oh my god, Snowball. Able to catch him. Keeps them alive. You are down low. Still 20 seconds away. Oh, Tomato moving in. The stun comes out barely living. You are able to get away from that one. And now Quinn going in that much deeper. Taunt comes out, able to interrupt the Yule Scepter as they manage to get away from the Boundless Strike. Man, that was so close to a disaster for Quincy crew.
Yeah, that was a Wraith King death there. It was just before his ultimate came up, just before he bought his relic. Would have been huge for Undying. But regardless, one fight there, tier 1 tower taken, so advantage for Undying. But yeah, you're right. It could have been disastrous.
I mean, how much right now are you feeling the Undying train? Like, have they done everything that they kind of need to at this point to like put themselves in a position to win it? What's the next move?
I mean, the Wraith King is really struggling. He's level 9. He's actually showing up to some of these fights, or at least the fights are showing up to him. And as a result, like his farm time has just been limited, right? He's level 9. Monkey King is 13. Like, does he ever catch up? I'm just not sure.
Really needs that time, and the black hole able to connect 1 to 2. That's a huge one. The coconuts did not bounce where Undying wanted it to. Now Snowball looking for Saberlight, able to connect for the kill. Man, walking up high ground into no vision. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. They're gonna find MSS here, but Undying lose a couple key heroes there.
Oof, I was just talking about how Tomato's been playing this game so smart, but really just overcommitting onto that kill. Like, great, great boundless strike, great arrow, all that kind of stuff, but he still needs to play on the outskirts of these fights until they either have that BKB in check, or at least he has a BKB to tank some damage, or they've got a stun ready for that black hole, because that coconut, I think it bounced to the other targets.
Right. I think actually they did have vision of it. I thought they didn't, but they had a ward up there as well. So yeah, they had full information of what was going on, but good game punished. And
it's all right. Carry players are allowed 1 bad death. That's how it works.
That's fair. So it's very generous of you, Peter.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of how it is, right? At least the Wraith King is still really far behind, right?
Yeah.
But he does catch up. Monkey King's still 13. Wraith King in that time, he went from 9 to 11. So.
Look at the game. We'll see if he can make it all the way there, as they're dodging away. Realize there is not a high probability that they can contest Roche without black.
Aegis on Monkey King, very nice. Very useful.
I'll claim that one. So Tomato can play without the training wheels for at least a little bit here, and 19 minutes in, it's going to be Radiance complete for your immediately queuing up that BKB afterwards.
Okay, they're trying to kill attempt here. Is it a kill? There's another duels for him, another dive. One more tick of Maledict, and
he's gonna drop. Couldn't get another dissimulate out there.
2 supports just killed Void Spirit.
Wow.
Can't believe it.
I mean, I don't know. This is getting pretty wild here. And down bottom, a lot of TPs putting into position. Undying to try and defend this tower. Quincy crew are nearby. They don't have black hole for another 50 seconds.
Feel the sweat on Radiant's palms right now. Things are just sort of slipping at the moment.
Yeah. I'm not really feeling that. There was a couple cool things that were done earlier. Moon. Oh, nice play there. They move in, trying to bring down bottom, and will end up falling. Tomato, though, pops the ulti afterwards. MSS tries to get out of the Wukong's command. Leashed up onto 2. Stun goes out with both of them. War still moving in, trying to get involved with this Radiance, seeing if he can burn them down to death. Saberlight, can he get out of there? Doesn't have the swashbuckle up in time, and will fall. Now looking for Tomato. Shards from downtown, can't quite get the connection there. And it looks like they will claim that tower. So the Radiance fight, it works out for Quincy crew.
That's a really, really nice fight from Yawar. Bit of a mistake from Moonmeander he was trying to defend this tier 1 tower, right, to force like an overcommitment from Radiant so his teammates could react with teleports of their own. But the thing is, instead of playing on the right side of the tier 1 tower, he was playing on the left side, and that gave Quincy crew like a window of opportunity to actually jump him, which led to an advantageous fight. So bit of a blunder there from Moon, in my opinion, and they actually didn't have Lycan ult for that either, so they really needed to play behind their tower on the defensive side rather than on the opposite side, like they were trying to take a fight.
This game, I think that we saw those camps get blocked out as well over in the Radiant Triangle a little bit. They just had to de-ward them. But this game's starting to feel like it has legs, like it's going the distance. I don't know.
Yeah.
Quincy crew is catching up.
My 12-minute stomp prediction was incorrect, which I'm happy about.
You said it just so convincingly. You're between the break. I was so sure that you were happening, but
deadpan humor doesn't work if you don't have the conviction,
or if you don't have humor. It's true. Which is my problem occasionally.
You gotta commit.
Yeah. Moving in, find an LOA, and this guy is
just the drums.
Dead.
The Lycan summons, they get so fast and they have such good attack speed, even just with the drums, right? It's like a mini Lycan ult for them.
I think
nice.
these necro books are just really hard to deal with.
Yeah, it's kind of been like a little bit of a zoo meta, right? It's like, did you pick heroes that are good against zoo? Okay, if you didn't, you're getting zooed. Like,
Ooh, roll. Quinn, dissimulate, dodges the arrow afterwards, able to get the leash up onto both of those Monkey King and the Pango.
yeah,
Stops it.
they talked about it in the panel, but the Pangolier really struggles against that Grimstroke ult, so really easy target for Laylas in these fights. But yeah, this Grimstroke's feeling a little underwhelming, I think. You know, very similar to the Razor, right?
It's true. That's Leslau's been sort of
He's been
playing
quiet.
heroes I don't normally, yeah, and that's not something that I think we're used to seeing on him.
They just don't have,
of it
they don't have that
heroes.
frontliner, right? Like, it was so nice having him on the Tide Hunter last game, but because action mid, there's an arrow.
Snowball. Oh, he
Jingu.
wanted to snowball save, but he had faith in Quinn. Now tries to jump out of there, manages to get away for the moment, sidesteps Saberlight, thinking about going for the ulti, but it's on cooldown, chasing forward for more. Have they gone too far? The silence is there. Arrow comes out afterwards. You are getting hit. Leslau also under fire. So they get Quinn away, but it costs them 2. Very interesting.
They out though. Tomato, yeah, playing like a madman right now. He's got the Aegis, not worried about some black hole or anything like that. So really helps him kind of commit and be a force on the map rather than having to play scared.
Tier 2 tower being assaulted now as they take that. Not pre-20 minutes as we've seen in many of the stomps this game, much closer than that. But it does open up that outpost to be claimed by Undying. Quinn. Thinking about walking up high ground there. Finds two. Didn't have Ags yet, but BKB out. Good timing.
Aegis.
That Aegis there. Able to interrupt. Boundless Strike came out before the Walrus Punch. And so they lose another 3. My goodness.
I was without Lycan ult. Really just Radiant really just didn't bring numbers, right? It was just Void Spirit, Tusk, and Enigma trying to get some kill. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe not the best play there. They're not that strong. I think that, you know, it's hard for them to take a fight even. I mean, they were kind of waiting for the Aegis to go out, but now that the Aegis is out, I still don't think that like they have an advantage.
Yeah, it's a good point. Like maybe if you catch one of them there, sort of unawares or something, it could end up working. But that's definitely not what happened. And they're gonna need this Quinn Aghanim Scepter to be online before. I mean, even at that point, it's sort of questionable with all these BKBs if they're gonna be able to fight. But they need it at the very least to do something.
They're gonna try and go on the Wraith King here. This could be their fight.
Now moving in there.
They're gonna see if he comes high ground. Okay, no.
In the meantime, Quinn was able to snag away Bounty Rune from the Mirana down bottom with the Yule's combo. Again, looking at UR here. Oh, this is scary town.
You probably want to wait for. You don't want to take. You want to take a good fight. So a really good fight would be Radiant walking into your high ground, right? You can take a fight on like the low ground if you know things are really in your favor. Like, oh my gosh! But look where the Wraith King walked.
Yeah, that's crazy. Shard's blocked off, but it's already down.
He's gonna Monkey King off, right? No, it's the BKB.
BKB. Run away. They got LOA though. It's a good turnaround. Jump in from his Quinn. This is the Ag Scepter. Tomato goes out as well. Witch Doctor rolls it off to the side. Enigma dead. Tusk dead.
He caught an arrow on Tusk. That was super sad.
Wow. Everything just keeps sliding further and further into Undying's favor. 10,000 gold lead now.
You just cannot walk there on the Wraith King if you're not like, if your team isn't really backing you up. Like, it's fine if you go in first on Wraith King and be a frontliner, but if you're that far out of position, like, you're just a free kill. And if he didn't have that BKB, he's going to get Monkey King ulted and die twice. So there goes his 10-second BKB. There goes his rank 2 Wraith King ults. And Dire is just content to sit back and farm.
I mean, Peter, this is a situation where I think, like, you know, you've been in before where there's so much on the line for this one particular game. At least to me, looking at it from an outsider point of view, it feels like Quincy Crew is feeling it a little bit. What's the game plan for him here to sort of get back into it? Is it just finding kills like this, or what do you think?
I mean, these kills are super nice. These are, you know, kills you You just want to get, yeah, if you can get, like, if that kill would have happened and Roche was up, that's the ticket back into the game. This next Roche is really going to be, like, can Radiant contest Roshan, I think is the story for the rest of this game. And there goes another kill.
All right, finding it. Little pieces here and there for Quincy crew as they try and claw their way back into this one against Undying, who have taken a pretty significant lead. We're also almost at Blink Dagger for LOA.
Radiant's top tower.
Yeah, Dire really just split up a lot right there, and I think that they split up because they didn't have the Lycan ultimate, but probably a good idea for them just to group up a little bit more. I think they're still really strong, and even if Lycan ult isn't up, I don't think they necessarily have to give up their triangle, for example.
Look at this trifecta of wards they have right there. And Saberlight, in the meantime, has an invis rune, but they're nearby, but they're able to find one with that ward. Moon caught, but to interrupt the turnaround. Can they do it in time? Dual Scepter lift up, snowball in afterwards, kills off Mirana, now going forward for more, trying to take down this Monkey King. MSS gets the Walrus Punch off, but dead. And man, Lycan coming to clean up here. Quinn.
Killed everybody on the back line.
Get out of there, Quinn in trouble. He's got the haste rune, but it won't be enough. Oh, what a big play by Bryle, and immediately into Roche.
No, it's like, I think that, like, when you're playing with this Wraith King, like, you need to set up your fights in a way that your Wraith King is actually there. Like, your Wraith King wants to be split pushing and pushing out these side lanes with the skeletons. That's why you just can't be taking, like, these random river fights when, like, your Wraith King isn't in the smoke gank. And as a result, like, I feel like Quincy crew has taken, like, 2 or 3 fights in a row where Wraith King just... he doesn't even port to the fight because he's like, yeah, I can't. It's too far.
Yeah, I think it's, there's a lot going on there.
And I think that, like, this Grimstroke, this Enigma, this Tusk, like, they need to be standing around their Wraith King, so that way if they do, like, Black Hole or, use Grimstroke ult or whatever it is, like, they actually have, like, this Wraith King to stun the Lycan and, deal with him. But now he's got a BKB, so really their only choice is to Black Hole him, and this is the fight mid.
Gotta do it. It starts off with Wraith King dead. Can they get anything afterwards? Quinn gets stunned right at the start, but there's the Black Hole out. Good catch there. And can they do anything afterwards? Quinn gets the jump away arrow, not gonna connect from Moon. BKB out from Ywar, blinks up to the high ground as Quinn tries to escape, and the BKB from Tomato as well won't be able to connect onto Quinn. So they trade that Black Hole. I mean, they're able to dodge what could have been really, really bad, at the very least.
I would say, all things considered, great fight for Radiant. I mean, they're in a rough spot. They're going to lose 4 bounties here, but, if they just kind of sat back and didn't do anything for 5 minutes, this lead is going to be 20k, and they're still just going to be waiting for that Aegis to run out. So, at the very least, they've gotten rid of that Monkey King's Aegis. I think they used the cheese as well, so they can take an even fight next time Black Hole is up, or the next time they kind of get the jump on Dire. Oh, they might get Moon on this next bounty, though.
This would be nice. Moon, they scout him, but can't get there in time. Eyes instead over to the side, wanting to find a pickoff on this Lycan. If they could get Bryle, that would be huge. But they reveal, blink out, tries to control, pops the ulti, moving in, BKB, run away.
Dude, I was
Bryle
so scared.
had the answer. Damn, dude. And Quinn barely able to get that TP out. Leslau also away.
I was so scared he wasn't getting his BKB off there. Look where Ywar is. He's got to blink up in 1 second. Okay, he's good. He's good.
Gets away. Recognizing the danger coming his direction. 15k gold lead, but he walks over to the side and Moon found him. But jump in from Quinn. Trying to find this. Okay, maybe a chance here. LOA back into the fight as well. Coconut bounces to a couple, but they kill off Moon. Ywar, in the meantime, tries to take down these Necro Books. They're doing so much damage with the Maledict on him. Actually burns through his Aegis.
Maledict is doing so much damage. Hit for like 500 at the end there.
Very well played. I mean, I don't know.
It's pretty short at this point, so it's not like, picking off an ult isn't really that big of a deal. Yeah, we've got a bit of an even game here. I would love to see Dire wait for their cooldowns, maybe their next big item timing. And Lycan's getting Ags. He's gonna fight the monkey. Wait,
monkey? That could be interesting.
Oh, it doesn't work. Is it like that anymore? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Fighting the Monkey King.
The ulted Monkey King. Right. Well, this should be interesting. Like, it's kind of weird because Monkey King is a hero that kind of wants to stand still, right? Like in his ult, but now he's also gonna have like He's gonna have another option.
Right.
He can chase. He can chase, kill the Wraith King the first time, then pop his BKB, pop his ultimate, kill the Wraith King a second time.
Well, let's see if it ends up working out for them. I mean, so far things have gone pretty well. They're gonna again run in and be in the area where Yawar is farming, recognizing as that scan hits that, all right, it's time to get out of here. And they run away. Quinn is nearby. The rest of the support's a bit further away. Arrow goes
behind the
out.
tower.
Ooh, and now the roll-in. Saberlight. Scaring him.
They're going for it.
They're crazy.
No, he popped the Axe. He used the Axe on him.
Okay.
Just for fun.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah,
is
test
under
it. Make
attack.
sure it works.
He's like, I don't know if my hotkeys are gonna messed up. You know, I think it's pretty much the same. I don't think anything changes for the altered person, but oh, he jumps incredibly fast actually.
Really?
Yeah, he's soaring.
I like that. Oh my god.
Maybe it's the same. It just looks different.
It's a wolf instead of a monkey. Yeah, that makes sense.
A flying wolf just jumping on trees.
It's a panther. That's what he is. Oh, 14,000 gold lead.
I'm not up to date on my jungle lore. Do panthers jump around trees?
Yeah, man. They definitely do.
That sounds terrifying.
It is. They'll get you. I feel like, so you said earlier that you felt like the game was back to kind of an even state. Did you mean in terms of like how strong each team was, or sort of were more like reset back to, you know, neither team?
So because they got the Aegis, Dire feels like they need to take that good fight. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like they need to take a fight at like where the enemy team is walking into their high grounds or where they have vision. They're gonna find the Wraith King here, see if they can make it happen.
Okay. Again, BKB is ready for when he
There
comes
it is.
back for round 2. LOA nearby with Blink Black Hole. Gonna drop it there into 2, but immediately interrupted. They get the ulti coming from the Grimstroke afterwards, but Yawar just gets
They're done.
eviscerated. And now looking
Flying
for
wolf.
more. Look at him. He's coming for you. Poor old Leslau in the sights of Tomato as they chase him down for the kill. And
did it.
yeah,
They
I
did
think
it.
this is it.
They did it, man. We're going to the tiebreakers. We're gonna have it's gonna be a long day on Sunday.
Oh my goodness. Undying. Take the fight. They take the one good fight that they needed. Taking a lane of Rax now as well, and eyes on the prize.
Yeah, I think
the power of
the
anime.
real question is, are we gonna get a Moon Meander interview after this game?
Oh, we've got to. It's got to happen.
Better not give us. Don't give us Saberlight, okay? Don't give us Saberlight.
Radiant's middle tower
Oh, look at that. They thought about going for the tier 4s. They could taste it, but when the buyback happened, they're like, all right, we better not push it. Play the safe game. Don't want to lose this shot at a chance at the major. Unbelievable performance here from Undying. I mean, this is a team that we talked about for a while that would probably pick up steam throughout the course of the DPC, and it's kind of proven out. They look a lot better than they did in some of their earlier series.
Now, I was scrimming against them, so they were kind of kicking our ass early in the season during the scrims. So I was like, these guys are pretty good. And then I would like listen to the casters talk about how like, yeah, maybe Undying will be all right. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to be like maybe qualifying to the major.
You gotta let us know, man. Tell us the deets.
Well, you know, I don't want to like overhype some competitors, you know,
That's fair.
but they've proven it, you know.
Very impressive showing here. And again, it's not over yet, but it's kind of over. We'll see if Quincy Crew can pull it back. It's going to be tough. It's going to be
King's
really
to the high
tough.
ground.
All right. That's the hero to go on right at the start. They get the bind onto 2, trying to bring down first this Monkey King if possible. Bryle jumps in. Quinn able to interrupt though. They blow him up. Okay, Tomato's dead. But Bryle finding himself one. Snowball stays alive for the moment. LOA doesn't have Black Hole for another 50, but you are running back in yet again. MSS finally brought down, buys back immediately. Wraith King coming back for round 2, gets the blink away.
Bryle playing the carry, man. Look at this guy. I mean,
does it.
don't give him a ganker. Give him a carry mid. Tell Tomato to buy second item BKB, and that's it.
Impressive showing. Ultra kill for Bryle. They're looking for a bit more. GG is called. Tomato appreciating his carry, and man, we got some tiebreakers, ladies and gentlemen. It's all coming down to Sunday.
I think that this mid matchup is really nice for Undying in this series. Quinn plays gankers. Bryle wants to play that carry mid, and I think that works incredibly well versus Quinn and Quincy Crew. So big props to Undying. I'm super excited to watch the tiebreakers on Sunday, where they all compete in best of ones for a spot at the Singapore Major.
And all for our entertainment as well. That's gonna be the best part. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be super hype. You know, we see sort of like this do-si-do. I think if I remember correctly, it was Undying that ended up losing to EG. It was Quincy Crew that beat EG, and then and then like the switch around.
What's a do-si-do?
Do you want me to show you? It's a little no, it's gonna be okay for now. It feels like, I mean, at least based upon your viewing of these teams, playing against them in scrims, playing them against officials, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Is there a team that you feel like is gonna come out on top between these three?
I think Undying's just got the momentum, man. They're riding a huge wave. They've got Moonmander popping off, back to his old self. Hopefully he does another interview. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table.
I can't wait. It's going to be so sick. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a date with Destiny. Sunday is coming around, just around the corner. And of course, PPD is going to be playing that one as well. But we've got a heck of a lot of tiebreakers to come. Good luck, obviously, in your matches then. I'm going to give you the final words before we go back to the panel.
Shout out to everybody who watched the NA DPC during the regular season here. It's not over quite yet. So, yeah, we'll see you on Sunday.
All right, back to the panel. Hear what they got to say about that match.
Wow, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and fans of the Undying anime. Season 1 is just getting so good as they have forced tiebreakers now on Sunday. And I don't know if you could ask for anything better if you're a Dota fan, if you're a North America Dota fan, just seeing how competitive this region has come down to. It is just a sight to behold. I'm back, of course, with Suns fan and Jenkins here by my side. Gentlemen, what a showing. It's Undying who get it done. Suns fan, the floor is yours.
Tiebreakers for both upper and lower division. I didn't think we'd actually see that. Very, very hype. This particular game, though, another questionable position 3. Like, we didn't even get to see that it was a Grimstroke 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like the Razor game. I mean, not exactly, but it just never really had big impact. He ended up getting an Aghanim Scepter, which I have to see what that does with like a Lycan, but it ended up just not mattering in the end because Bryle on the Lycan was so freaking farmed. And then it actually showed the weakness of a position 5 Enigma. He got like one good ult off, but against 4 mobile heroes like Mirana, Lycan, Pango, and Wraith King just jumping all over the place, it's really hard to play Enigma as a 5 because you're not going to have like super duper farm. And I mean, if they had won a couple more fights and extended the game, I think the way to kind of combat that is get Ags on Wraith King, because then even if you die on the Enigma during Black Hole, it'll actually continue to channel. So that would have been a cool pickup. But regardless, Undying played really, really well.
Yep.
It's really funny that the 2 games that Undying took today, they had this second pick Monkey King on 8th pick. Of course, so they have the 3 block picks, but then this also lets them have this last pick Bryle hero where, because it's this Monkey King against Void Spirit, you don't know if they're going to be picking a carry or if they're going to be picking a mid, because it's such a good mid matchup. And in both games, we saw this flex of the Monkey King to the carry position, which Tomato played beautifully. I absolutely love seeing him on a hero that can actually be active. Like, he's really good at running around and killing people in the lanes, even with something like a Monkey King that's not like a Void Spirit, but he still gets really active and he makes space for Bryle. And it just works out so nicely for them.
Now we are going to be blessed and joined by Tomato for our winner's interview. Tomato, I hope you can hear me. I know we just dragged you into the channel. So first, congratulations on a hard-fought series. And I got to know what the energy was like with you guys finishing out that game number 3, whether it be the power of anime or just hard work. What was it like? Were you guys kind of going ham there at the end?
Yeah, everyone's really excited. I think Moon specifically, he's been trying to beat Quincy for so long, and he's put so much work into it. So towards the end, everyone was like really hyped. Even myself, I was like clapping my hands when they gave it because holy shit, they called GG.
Yeah, it was insane. You guys did a hell of a good job. And, I have, of course, Suns fan Jenkins here. We would love to ask you a couple of questions, please.
Tomato, I will ask you a normal question. Don't get nervous, okay? So last time we had Moon Meander on, he basically flamed 4 Zoomers for picking Cheese Hero in this 8th spot, which is the last pick of the second phase, the Monkey King, Morphling, and Alchemist. You guys picked Monkey King twice in this series. Do you yourself consider this cheese?
Not really, because like Monkey, it doesn't give you like a free win. You still have to play the game. You still have to make moves, win the lane. I think it's a pretty strong hero, and I'm comfortable with it. But there's no way this is a cheese. It's not like we hit some timing or like they can't play the game or we force some absurd Dota. It's normal Dota, so I don't consider it a cheese.
And how did it feel to be a monkey wolf today?
That was pretty cool. I didn't expect it. It kind of ruined some fight because like there's a channeling, so like I was pressing BKB and then I get gone on while I was like transforming. But it was pretty cool. It's like Dota is one of those games where like you can't really practice this stuff, right? Like it's not like I go into a pub and I tell my teammate, "Yo, buy me Axe Lycan." I don't even see Lycan in my
I do.
pubs.
I do that.
Yeah, your pubs must be very fun then.
Yes, fun.
But I was sent here for a humble interview because like Moon last time he went 2 base, he was a bit too savage for the panel. So
Yeah, that's fair.
He was.
Understandable.
Okay. I actually have a question in regards to that. So I noticed that in your name you have Fire Walk with Me. I would assume that's a Twin Peaks reference.
yeah, I'm watching the show. It's my favorite show. So good.
Awesome. Okay. So my question is, Moonmeander watches Attack on Titan. That's his favorite show. That's his motivation. I'm wondering if Twin Peaks has motivated you to become a better Dota player, and in what way?
Well, I didn't expect this question, but
That's your
don't-
first mistake coming
I
up.
don't know. It's a me thing, but like I always watch something or like read something and I stick with it. It like makes me think. It makes me like come to certain conclusions.
Yeah.
And so I put it as my sponsor. Anyone that's been watching my games over the years that I've played Dota knows that my sponsor slot, it never is like Bedway or something like that. It's always like some random shit that makes me feel cool. And I think as a core player, you worry about a lot how you look, how you feel. You gotta feel yourself to play well. So
Mhm.
I think I look cool with the nickname, with the sponsor Firewalk with me.
Yeah, it is cool. Have you seen season 3?
Yeah, of course. So
Oh,
good.
you've seen it all? Okay, awesome. Okay, what did you think about that the episode with all the explosions and shit?
That was my favorite episode, man.
Are
I
you
was-
serious? Are you
Yes.
serious? Oh, that's such an edgy episode.
Yeah, I know. That's why I love the show. It's so weird. I've never
It's
seen
so
anything
weird.
like it.
Yeah,
David Lynch.
legend, man.
Good shit. Well, Tomato, this doesn't deny the fact that you guys are now going to get into a fatal three-way, if you will, going into best of ones on Sunday with EG again and possibly Quincy Crew. Or yeah, you will go against Quincy Crew as well. Any early thoughts on that? Transitioning now from these best of 3 strategy matchups to going into best of ones.
It's kind of. I'm gonna feel the pressure. I was a little nervous game one. I gotta be honest. I think it showed in my game. I was getting picked off randomly. Like I got out of the game a little bit. Game 3, I was like super confident. I think it showed when the players like inside the game. So personally, I'm just like thankful for my team. They're such great players. I'm glad we've gotten here. It's like I think a lot of people expected us to lose 2-0 to Quincy, and we put a lot of work and dedication towards like forcing this tiebreaker. We still haven't won anything, so we still have like matches to play. But I'm just so thankful to like be playing good Dota, giving a good show for the fans, and I don't know, just excited for whatever's gonna happen.
Damn. Much respect, Tomato. It's been hella entertaining to watch you guys play, and we look forward to watching you get into Sunday's tiebreaker matches. So best of luck with that, and enjoy the Twin Pinks, my man.
Thank you. See you.
Take care. Props to Tomato. Props to, of course, the rest of Undying. And as he and even Dubu had mentioned on the side, Moon Meander even a bit over, well, the Moon a bit over emotional with how things are going. His own personal storyline coming into fruition. He is now just potentially 2 games away from securing a spot to the major, maybe even all the way to the playoffs. And that is just insane. And as you said, Suns fan, could we ask really for anything better? We have a 3-way tie for who's going to the major, and we have a 3-way tie for who's even going to stay in the upper division. Let's go ahead and check out the frickin' standings, because this league is over with the exception of the tiebreakers. And look how beautiful that is. 6 and 1s at the top, 2 and 5s at the bottom. 4 Zoomers, well, I guess we'll just see them in Season 2 at least for upper division, but NA, super competitive.
I'd like to point out something really important here, guys. I believe this is what we call a Zoomers sandwich. They are indeed sandwiched between 3 teams on both sides. And then we have ketchup. That's 5 men minus because they're in red, so they're the ketchup. And unfortunately,
ketchup at the bottom.
The sandwich has been dropped onto the floor, just like this whole season has made our jaws drop.
See this graphic right here. It's too much mustard and not enough ketchup.
Yes,
a little bit more balance there. It's
like a hot dog.
Too much tart.
No, that's
bun.
That's bun. That's bun.
That's bun.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Zoomers are the meat and potatoes. Hey, don't.
Okay, there we go.
Color that differently. Hey.
This is beautiful. This is what I like to see. A nice even distribution. Thank you.
Red's usually tied to the negative and the bad, but those 3 teams are not all in the negative. Of course, only one may be in the negative. It's all silliness, but aside, still an incredibly high standings position we're in. So I'm getting information here. I do want to read out about how the tiebreakers on this Sunday are going to work here. And according to our lead admin, it looks like on Sunday, starting at 12 p.m. Pacific, it's going to be EG versus Undying. And then we get into Quincy Crew versus the winner, and then Quincy Crew versus the loser. And by the end of that, if it's not already decided on who's first and who's second, and it ends up being a 1-1-1 draw, well, they end up running it back yet again. And that will take place after the other tiebreaker. So after that first round of tiebreakers, we'll get into Black and Yellow versus A-Team, then Sad Boys versus the winner, and then Sad Boys versus the loser. After that round robin's done, we go back to the first one if necessary, and thus we go on forever. We just keep watching Anecdota until the end of time.
That's crazy. I didn't know it was okay. That's really interesting. I wonder why we did it that way, but that's actually really cool because then that gives the teams in the if there's another tie break, time to look over replays, think about things.
Yeah,
that's actually really cool. And the fact that we might be here till 3 a.m., 4 a.m., which is my normal afternoon, perfect.
Yeah,
that would be so hype. I would be more than happy to stay for a second tiebreaker round into the later hours. That would be the most anime thing ever.
I'm just really excited. Like when it happens, and it's going to happen, you're going to be so tired going to bed on like a normal schedule. Sunspan and I will be perfectly fine.
I know.
I'm up for like 10 more hours.
You get better. We've never gotten to your guys' peak yet. This is like we've always been a bit shy of where you're actually.
You think it's bad now, Dakota?
Yeah, let's
just
be real.
Wait.
We've peaked.
Wait until the degenerate hours of the night.
We peaked long ago. It doesn't get better than this. It gets worse.
Why don't we take just one last cute look at the week's schedule? I guess it's the last time we may get to look at the schedule for the NADPC. It is week 6 after all. Just to kind of reflect back a bit on how we got into this position now. And a reminder, of course, the lower division did already conclude with simply 2 based being at the top and the cut being the secondary team. Both those teams are going to be ascending into the upper division for season 2. Still, of course, got to find out who's going to be relegated into the lower division to join 5-man minus. That's going to be decided there on Sunday, along with the Quincy Crew, Undying, and Evil Geniuses matchup. The very first match you'll want to be here for on Sunday is at that time, 12 p.m. Pacific, where we're going to be treated to Undying versus Evil Geniuses. And I believe it's in this order because of map score. And whoever had the weaker map score was going to be going first. So looks like because of Quincy winning more matches, they get to wait and watch the first series. And then they'll play the 2 following after that. So, man, oh, man. I don't know really what else to say. It's going to be an incredibly hyped Sunday. We have a couple of days off to warm up. But what was that, producer? You have a treat for me? A treat? Okay, show me the treat. Do you have... What is this here? What are we going to see? Ah, yes, the schedule.
Wow.
Already put together by our masterful producer here. Evil Geniuses versus Undying to take place at 12 p.m. Pacific. Quincy Crew will play the winner. Quincy Crew will play the loser after that. And, hopefully things will be decided at that point. If not, they will run it back at the end of the day. After that tiebreaker 3-way, we'll get into the potential lower division tiebreaker with Black and Yellow and A-Team coming out of the gate. We'll see if A-Team can beat Black and Yellow yet again, or if Black and Yellow are just riding a high off motivation, taking down Sad Boys previously, as Sad Boys will wait in the wings to play the winner and then the loser. Give me your early predictions on what you think is going to happen. Sunstan, I start with you. Just right out of the gate, tell me who you think based on what you've seen so far, and unless they bring some different type of energy on Sunday, tell me what 2 teams you think are going to be going to the major, and tell me the team that's going to be relegated to the lower division.
I think Black and Yellow is going to get relegated.
Okay.
I think the A team will edge them out. Sad Boys has been playing pretty bad, but I just can't picture them being lower division. I just can't believe that would actually happen. And then for the upper division, or for to go to the major, I actually think, and this is a very hot take, gentlemen, I think EG will get first, and I think Quincy Crew will still get that second spot. And I think the reason for that is their losses today. I think they will learn more about what happened versus what Undying, versus what like Undying learning, only winning or only losing one themselves. Because you typically, you just need to clean up your draft. I think the position 3 was the weirdest picks by far. It wasn't the entire game plan. It wasn't the entire reason that they ended up losing, but I think Quincy Crew's going to come back stronger.
All right, Jenkins, I want the same answers.
Don't copy me.
Same questions. What kind of answers?
I'm going to say that lower division is going to be A team, as much as I absolutely love that team and have enjoyed watching them throughout the season. I think that Black and Yellow has found some momentum. I agree with Suns fan in the sense that like I can't see Sad Boys being knocked down into the lower division with the players that they have. They have 2 TI winners, TI second place player. There's too much talent on that team. And I think they'll get their shit together enough to win a best of one. Quincy, or a couple of best of ones. Okay, upper division now, though, or sorry, for the major, I'm going to say EG takes the first slot just because I think that's something we could argue that their loss was more of an anomaly. It's a long season. There's going to be off days and on days. And then I think Undying is going to take the second slot. I really think that the momentum that they have is something that they can continue to use. I think they proved that momentum is something that they do really well with today. And the only thing that I'm worried about is what we saw and what Tomato mentioned, and that's the nerves. I hope the nerves don't get to them. I like Quincy Crew a lot. They've been an absolute pleasure to watch for the last year. But man, I'm loving the personalities on this Undying team right now. I'd like to see a third team that could be considered a tier 1 team in NA. I'm super excited to see them.
3
play.
slots, gentlemen.
3 slots.
3 slots.
3 slots. Yeah,
we have
seriously.
to hope.
Let's go.
We have to hope, as NA fans, if you will, that whatever 2 teams do go, put on a hell of a show, and maybe we'll be blessed by a third slot, because certainly NA has turned up and brought the competitive action here in this league. So with that, gentlemen, let's wrap things up. On behalf, of course, Lyrical, Parker, shouts to PPD. Thank you so much for joining us throughout this league as a special guest. For Suns fan and Jenkins, we expect to see you on Sunday for Tiebreakers. We leave you with some highlights. Take care. We'll see you for all the action.